activities produced by it. Upon entering the 10th stage, one is able eternally to eliminate it. Consequently, the 10th stage is said to eliminate two delusions and their coarseness. The first is the delusion regarding great supernatural powers, which is of these that which obstructs activities produced by knowledge. The second is the delusion regarding awakening to the subtle mysteries, which is of these that which obstructs the great cloud of knowledge of dharmas and that which it stores.
Even though in this stage one acquires mastery over dharmas, still obstacles remain, so this is not called the ultimate. That is, there are innate obstacles to that which is to be known that are subtle, as well as seeds of the spontancous obstacle of the passions. When the diamond-like samadhi appears, those obstacles are suddenly eliminated and one enters the stage of Tathagata. Consequently, the stage of Buddhahood is said to eliminate two delusions, as well as their coarseness. The first is the delusion consisting of an extremely subtle attachment to all known objective realms, which is of these that subtle obstacle to that which is to be known. The second is the delusion that is an extremely subtle hindrance, which is of these all seeds of the spontaneous obstacle of the passions.
Therefore the Abhidharmasamuccaya says, when one obtains bodhi, one suddenly eliminates the passions and the obstacle to that which is to be known, because one becomes an arhat and a Tathagata and realizes great nirvana and great bodhi. These 11 obstacles are all included in the two obstacles, i.e., the obstacle of the passions and the obstacle to that which is to be known. Seeds of the obstacle of the passions to be eliminated by the path of insight are first eliminated, on the path of insight, in the stage of extreme joy. The actual passions of that obstacle have already been subdued prior to this stage. All the seeds that are to be eliminated by cultivation are suddenly eliminated with the presence of the diamond-like samadhi.
The actual passions of that obstacle have already been subdued gradually before this stage. From the first stage on, one is able suddenly to subdue them completely, like an arhat, and prevent their activity forever. As a result, even though the passions may appear from time to time through the power of will during the first 7 stages, nevertheless this is no fault, and from the 8th stage on they are absolutely inactive. Seeds of the obstacle to that which is to be known to be eliminated by the path of insight are first eliminated on the path of insight in the joyous stage. The actual passions of that obstacle have already been subdued prior to that stage. Seeds to be eliminated by the path of cultivation are gradually eliminated during the 10 stages. Once the diamond-like samadhi is present, they are eternally eliminated. The actual passions of that obstacle have been gradually subdued prior to this stage, and upon arrival at the 10th stage they are eternally eliminated completely.
From the 8th stage on, that obstacle associated with the 6th consciousness is not again active, because mind in pure contemplation and its results continue in a series and are able to oppose it. That associated with the 7th consciousness may still be active. It is subdued with the appearance of the state of knowledge of the emptiness of dharmas and its results. While it is admitted that the first 5 consciousnesses that evolve have not yet had the transmutation of the support, the obstacle does not appear because of suppression of the pure contemplation. Although on the path of cultivation in the 10 stages one does not entirely destroy the seeds of the obstacle to that which is to be known, their coarseness is gradually destroyed, and consequently it is therefore said that each of the coarsenesses of the 2 obstacles is eliminated during 3 abodes. Even though coarseness is eliminated in all states, the 3 states are prominent in this elimination, and therefore, the above statement is made in a one-sided manner.
How does one eliminate the seeds of the 2 obstacles, gradually or suddenly? Seeds of the obstacle of the passions associated with the 7th consciousness are eliminated suddenly in a single instant at the time when those of the 3 vehicles are about to acquire the result consisting of being a post-learner. All seeds of the obstacle to that which is to be known are suddenly eliminated in a single instant at the moment of becoming a Buddha, because they occur spontaneously and internally without the distinction of coarse or subtle.
Seeds of the obstacle of the passions associated with the other 6 consciousnesses eliminated by the path of insight are all suddenly eliminated by those of the 3 vehicles on the path of insight of reality in the state of insight. Those to be eliminated by cultivation are eliminated, as the case may be. One species of individual of the 2 vehicles eliminates one class of the 9 categories of passions, gradually, one after another, in each of the 9 stages of the 3 realms. Another species of the 2 vehicles combines seeds of the 9 stages of the 3 realms into one group and eliminates the 9 categories separately. The bodhisattva about to generate the diamond-like samadhi suddenly eliminates the seeds of the 3 realms in a single instant.
All the seeds of the obstacle to that which is to be known to be eliminated by insight are suddenly eliminated in the first moment of the first stage. Those to be eliminated by cultivation are gradually and progressively eliminated afterwards in the state of path of cultivation of the 10 stages, and upon properly generating the diamond-like samadhi they are totally eliminated in a single instant. They originate with internal and external objects that are coarse or subtle, so there are many distinctions of class and species.
Faculties of followers of the 2 vehicles are dull. When they gradually eliminate the obstacles, they must, for each category of seeds, separately generate the path of non-interruption and the path of liberation, and added effort and superior progress, either separately or in general. The bodhisattva with keen faculties in the state of gradual elimination of obstacles need not separately generate the paths of non-interruption and liberation, because he is capable of eliminating them and realizing the result, instant by instant. The 4 paths of added effort, etc., may all exist from the standpoint of each other instant by instant in the sequence.
8. The 10 true suchnesses. The 10 true suchnesses are universal true suchness, that is, because there is not a single dharma in which this true suchness revealed by the twofold emptiness does not dwell, supreme true suchness, that is, because this true suchness is endowed with limitless qualities and is preeminent among all dharmas, true suchness that is the supreme outflow, that is, because the teachings that flow from this true suchness are most preeminent among teachings, unappropriated true suchness. That is, because this true suchness is unaffiliated with the grasping of a self, etc., and not their support not grasped by them, true suchness undifferentiated as to species, that is, because this true suchness is undifferentiated as to species, unlike the I, etc., where there is a difference of species, true suchness devoid of defilement and purity, that is, because this true suchness is essentially devoid of defilement and cannot be said to become pure later.
True suchness as non-differentiation of the Dharma, that is, because even though this true suchness is manifold, in terminology, in the teachings and is defined in many ways, it still is not different, true suchness that neither increases nor decreases, that is, because this true suchness is not grasped as increasing or decreasing and does not increase through purity or decrease through defilement. This, true suchness, is also named true suchness as support of mastery over characteristics and lands created through an act of will, that is, because having realized this true suchness, one has mastery in manifesting characteristics, such as water, jewels, etc., and jhans, true suchness that is the support of mastery of knowledge, that is because having realized this true suchness, one acquires mastery over unobstructed analytical knowledge, true suchness that is the support of mastery over actions, etc. That is because having realized this true suchness one has universal mastery over all supernatural powers, actions, of body, speech, and mind, and the methods of dharni and samadhi.
Although true suchness is by nature really devoid of distinctions, 10 kinds are conventionally established with reference to preeminent qualities, realized by bodhisattvas. Even though in the first stage, a bodhisattva has already comprehended all 10, he is nevertheless imperfect in realizing and practicing them. They are given as being 10 in order that they may be progressively perfected.
9. Transmutation of the support and its results. In this way, during the 10 stages, the bodhisattva vigorously cultivates 10 superior practices, eliminates 10 kinds of obstacles, realizes 10 kinds of true suchness, and is able to realize the twofold transmutation of the support. There are, generally speaking, 6 states of the transmutation of the support. Transmutation by breaking the power of impure seeds and increasing the efficacy of pure seeds, that is, during the first 2 states of equipment and added effort, through practice of resolve, conscience, and shame,
one therefore breaks the power of defiled seeds in the root consciousness and increases the efficacy of pure seeds within root consciousness. Even though one has not yet eliminated the seeds of the obstacles and truly realized the transmutation of the support, nevertheless, one subdues the actual forms of the obstacles, little by little, so this is also called transmutation.
Transmutation is thorough understanding, that is, the state of thorough understanding. As a result of the power of the path of insight, one thoroughly understands true suchness and eliminates the coarseness of the two obstacles born of discrimination, and realizes true transmutation of the support partially. Transmutation is cultivation, that is, the state of cultivation. As a result of repeatedly cultivating the practices of the 10 stages, one therefore gradually eliminates the coarseness of the innate two obstacles and gradually realizes the true transmutation of the support. It is said in the Mahayana Samgraha that transmutation of thorough understanding occurs during the first 6 stages, because during thorough understanding of the true and false of the contemplation with characteristics and the contemplation of characteristiclessness, the contemplations appear alternately, causing the true and not true to be present or not present. The above text also says that the transmutation as cultivation occurs during the following 4 stages, because contemplation devoid of characteristics appears, then, for an extended period without mixture, with the contemplation with characteristics, and vigorous cultivation eliminates the remaining coarseness, often preventing the not true from appearing.
Transmutation as the perfection of result, that is, the state of culmination. As a result of 3 great eons or incalculable eons, of cultivation and accumulation of boundless difficult practices and superior practices, when the diamond-like samadhi appears, one eternally eliminates all intrinsic coarseness and suddenly realizes the perfect transmutation of the support that is the result, Buddhahood, which is endless and benefits and gladdens beings inexhaustibly. Inferior transmutation, that is, the state of the 2 non-Mahayana vehicles. Exclusively seeking self-benefit, fearing suffering and delighting in quiescence, able only to understand thoroughly true suchness as the emptiness of beings, eliminating the seeds of the passions, experiencing true cessation through discrimination, and jacking superior abilities is called inferior transmutation.
Great transmutation, that is, the state of the Mahayana. Advancing to great bodhi in order to benefit others, neither fearing samsara nor delighting in nirvana, possessing the ability to understand thoroughly the true suchness of the twofold emptiness, eliminating seeds of both the obstacle of the passions and the obstacle to that which is to be known, suddenly realizing supreme bodhi and nirvana, and having superior ability is named great transmutation. Of these forms of transmutation, it is the great transmutation that is spoken of in Vasubandhu's verses, because it abandons the twofold coarseness and realizes both bodhi and nirvana.
The meaning of transmutation varies, being in brief of 4 kinds. The path that can transmute is twofold. The first is the path that can subdue, that is, it subdues the power of the propensities of the 2 obstacles and prevents the attraction and generation of the 2 actual obstacles. This is of 2 paths, the impure and pure, and of 3 kinds of knowledge, which are those consisting of added effort, fundamental, and subsequently acquired. It subdues gradually or suddenly, as the case may be. The second path that transmutes is that which can eliminate the propensities of the 2 obstacles, rather than just subduing them. This path is definitely not impure or knowledge of added effort, because the impure path has already been cultivated, attracted by the grasping of characteristics, and it has not yet dissolved the characteristics, and because knowledge of added effort aspires to that true suchness that is to be realized and knowledge that is to be attracted, and it has not yet accomplished this.
There is an interpretation that fundamental non-discriminating knowledge immediately realizes the truth revealed by the twofold emptiness and is devoid of objects and characteristics, and therefore it can eliminate the propensities. This not being so concerning subsequently acquired knowledge, it therefore is not a path of elimination. According to another interpretation, even though subsequently acquired non-discriminating knowledge does not immediately realize the truth of the twofold emptiness and lacks the power to eliminate the propensities of delusion regarding truth, nevertheless it clearly realizes, non-erroneously and as if present, established and non-established characteristics, yuvavastita vyavastita laksana, i.e., the 4 noble truths and true suchness respectively, and therefore it is also capable of eternally eliminating the propensities of delusion concerning events. Therefore the Yogacara Bhimi Sastra says, in the state of the path of cultivation, there exists a supramundane path of elimination and, both, supramundane and mundane paths of elimination. The purely mundane path lacks the ability to destroy eternally the propensities.